welcome back to my channel. I'm excited for this video because it's gonna be dedicated to hair. Ooh. This one's for Ange too, okay? Because girl wants a hair video. So rather than focusing on products, I'm gonna focus on hair, the actual hair. First, let's crack open a Dr. Pepper. Y'all know I love Dr. Pepper. So, oh my God, Dr. Pepper Zero for the win. Let's talk about hair type first. So there are 4 types of hair. I'm sure we've all heard it. Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. Type 1 being straight hair, type 2 being wavy, type 3 being curly, type 4 being kinky or coily, depending on how you want to call it. And within those 4 categories, there is 3 layers. So A through C, so type 1A, 1B, 1C, and so on. Now, I would say that the hair type only matters in certain situations. For example, you can see other people using products that you may like, and if their hair type is different than yours, your hair curl pattern is never going to look like theirs. It is just what it is. For anyone who wants to know, my hair type, I would say, is a 3B to a 3C. The hair in the back of my head is tighter than the ones in the front of my hair. And that's also important for like how you cut your curly hair and how your hair will sit when it is fully dried and curled. I feel like that's the only thing that's really important about hair type. One of the hair types I hear talked about a lot is 4C, and my daughter hair is 4C. She's like a 4B, 4C. And people talk about it a lot because I feel like people are always debating people that their hair isn't 4C. Like if their hair is very easy to tangle, if it stays moisturized, people assume that means their hair is not 4C. And I don't know who came up with the thing that 4C hair is dried and unmanageable. I don't know. I feel like we need to get that out of our head, right? All hair types are workable hair. All hair types are manageable. That doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not gonna go too far into it, but I have people in my family who think that way, like that if your hair has a looser texture, that means it's better and more manageable. We're not doing that, not in this house, okay? And so I feel like that's the only reason why hair type even matters, is how it sits when it dries, meaning how much it shrinks, how you cut your hair because of how it sits, and also understanding that you could do the exact same routine as someone else, but if their hair is, let's say, 2B and you have a 4C or you have a 4A or a 3A, even if you have a 3A and they have a 2C, your hair is different. It's gonna sit different, it's gonna look different, and that's okay. All curl patterns or lack thereof are beautiful if you take care of your hair. What I think is the most important is porosity. Your hair porosity, even your hair density, how fine your hair is, all of those things matter. So porosity is how your hair absorbs moisture, which is the most important thing. Most of our hair is dry. Most problems we have comes from the fact that our hair is dry. That is the number one thing. You can be trying so many different products, but if you do not know how to properly moisturize your hair is gonna be dry, it's gonna be brittle, it's gonna break off, it's gonna do all the things. And so understanding your hair porosity, I feel like will make a world of a difference. Let's start with the basics. So for all hair types across the board, you should be clarifying your hair. For one, clarify your hair at least once a month. If you experience a lot of buildup because you use a lot of products and you feel you need it more than once a month, then go twice a month. You should not be clarifying all the time. That dries your hair out. However, not clarifying your hair doesn't allow your scalp to be properly clean. Therefore, the products don't absorb properly. You may experience buildup in your scalp, which a clogged pore is not going to grow hair, okay? So clarify for one, everyone, I don't care what your hair type, what your porosity, what your density, clarify. Moisturize and shampoo after. moisturizing shampoo. Wash your hair twice. Even when you're not clarifying your hair, you should shampoo your hair twice with a moisturizing shampoo. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, like when you wash your hair, it may take a while for it to sud. That's probably because your hair is dirty. So dirty hair has a hard time lathering. So you wash it and then wash it again. And then you'll notice that you get more suds, you get more lather the second time. So wash your hair twice, then condition your hair. Okay, condition it with whatever conditioner you want to condition. People say condition, focusing mostly on the ends. I personally don't do that. Now, yes, I make sure my ends have more, but I will condition every single part of my hair. All of my hair gets conditioned, all of it. I take the same amount of care. I might put an extra little dollop of thing, but to me, I don't want to wait till it's down at the ends and dead for me to pay special care to it. So I'm going to condition it right when it starts growing out of my head. I start letting it know that I love it from the minute it comes out of my head. That's just my take on that. I also shampoo my entire hair. I know people say shampoo your scalp only. I personally shampoo my entire head of hair, including my hair. Do with that what you wish, because again, if you're not properly moisturizing your hair, then you're just drying it out for no reason. But most of us put products solely in our hair. A lot of us don't put products in our scalp. Therefore, your hair is dirty too. So I just don't think letting the water run down the hair, for me, is enough to clean it. That gives me the same feel as letting the water run down your body and hoping it cleans your feet. So I'm gonna wash all of my hair and condition all of my hair. Moving on, deep condition. Deep condition in our hair is a must. I'm gonna be honest, I'm guilty of this. I don't deep condition my hair as much as I should. I'm getting better at it now, but your girl be tired. By the time I get out the shower from doing all of the things, I'm ready to go. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to have to wet my hair again to wash out the deep conditioner, but I'm doing better about it. Everyone should use a leave-in, or at least if you're using the styler, let it say that it is a moisturizing styler, that you're able to use just the one styler, and then go from there. Boom, that's the routine everybody needs. Now let's talk porosity. So you have high porosity, low porosity, which you may or may not have heard people talk about, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk about medium porosity or normal porosity. Like that is a thing that people have. High porosity, your cuticles are open in your head. They're open. So because they're open, water is going to come in really fast. Your hair is going to be able to absorb water very well. So if you get in the shower and your hair gets wet very quickly, you probably have high porosity. Now, on the other end of that, because it's open, it means your hair dries very quickly. Okay, so if your hair gets wet fast and dries quickly, you probably have high porosity. So the way to moisturize high porosity would be to use the LOC method. So leave-in, oil, cream. That's how you're gonna layer it. Leave-in first, then oil, then a cream. That's how you're gonna moisturize and lock in the most moisture for high porosity hair. Now, high porosity hair, because it dries quickly, it can get frizzy fast, which means you really want to moisturize it. And you have to lock it in. You have to lock in the moisture so that way it don't go nowhere. High porosity can get away with using heavier oils, heavy cream, something that's going to like sit on your hair and make it want to stay. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If you're going to do a protein treatment, which most people don't need protein treatments, here's where I do protein treatments. I don't do protein treatments often. It is not part of my regimen at all, unless, like the other day I did one because I straightened my hair last year, in November. And I typically don't straighten my hair. I think 2 years ago was like the first time I really straightened my hair in like years. But last year I straightened about 3 times. I'm not kidding. Like, it got straightened about 3 times. And so when I washed it, that final wash before not straightening it anymore, I felt like my curls was a little limp. Okay. It was a little crooked. It wasn't giving my curls. And so I was like, damn, I gave myself heat damage. And I was like, shit. Which I'm not opposed to cutting my hair, baby. I will sit in that mirror and just and that's part of why I don't have waist length hair, because I will cut my hair all the time. And sometimes I will cut it right to my head. I'll do a big chop whenever I feel like it. I'll just do it. So I'm not opposed to cutting my hair. So I was like, did I give myself heat damage and should I cut it? And I was like, before I cut it, I'm just going to do a protein treatment. And that bounced my hair back. So protein is when your hair is lacking protein. You would do a protein treatment. When you feel your hair is damaged, then you do a protein treatment. Overuse of protein can make it hard for your hair to absorb moisture. Do with that what you wish. Do with that what you wish. I say, some people say once a month, some people say, I don't know. I only do it when my hair feels like it needs a little oomph, a little bit more. That's all. I don't even think about it in terms of my hair regimen. I only do it when I feel my hair is a little bit damaged, just a little bit. Like I said, it reduces frizz, which high porosity can get frizzy very fast. So protein treatments on high porosity hair, it's not bad. It likes it. It's fine with it. So if you wanted to do it once every 2 months, once every 3 months, that's fine. That's totally fine. Once every 1 month, that may be fine. Listen, I already told you I don't use it, so don't come for me. Listen to your hair, okay? Now we're gonna go on to low porosity. So low porosity, your cuticle is closed in your head. It's closed, which means when you get in the shower, it's very hard for your hair to get wet. The water will like bead, like a water bead will sit on top of it as opposed to sitting in it. If you get in there, it's like your hair is repelling the water, so it may take you a long time for your hair to get fully saturated. You probably have low porosity hair. Now on the other end of that, while it took forever for the water to come in, because it's a closed cuticle, once the water is in, it's going to take very long for your hair to dry. Very long for your hair to dry. So if you get in a shower, your hair takes a long time to get wet, but then you're letting it air dry and you find that you're taking days or however long for it to dry, you probably have low porosity hair. Now, how you should moisturize low porosity hair would be the LCO method. So for high porosity, we're gonna use LOC. Low porosity, we're gonna use LCO, which would be leave-in, cream, then oil last. So the oil will act as a sealant to help it keep that moisture in. Again, most of our hair problems is because our hair is dry. Dry hair breaks easily. Sometimes your ends just need moisture. Is your end split? Yes, but why is it splitting so often? It's because it's dry, it's dehydrated. For example, if your lips are dry, they're going to crack, okay? So if we moisturize our lips, we use chapstick, we use lip balm, we use all the things, our hair needs that as well. So for low porosity, I would suggest more lightweight products. Once it gets in, babes, it is in, okay? Which means if you use heavy creams, it's going to be sitting there and it's going to build up. It will cause more buildup in your hair. So you want lighter oils. So like jojoba would be like a lighter oil for lower porosity, and like Jamaican black castor oil is a thick oil for like high porosity. since I talked about protein treatment on low porosity hair can be very damaging to your hair, especially if you do it often. So for low porosity, I would not suggest using protein treatments unless your hair feels damaged. That's just what I would suggest. Do what you want, it's your hair. But I personally would not suggest you do protein treatments unless you absolutely feel like your hair needs it. The overuse of protein or protein treatment can make it very hard for your hair to take in moisture. And because your hair already doesn't want to take in moisture, it's gonna make your hair dry and crunchy. You know? I think we got it. Now, the one that people leave out is medium porosity hair, which is actually my hair type. I have medium porosity, okay? For that one, the cuticle is sort of open. It's like, so like high porosity, it's like, okay? And then low porosity, it's like, and then medium, I would say it's like sort of open, okay? And with that one, it takes a normal amount of time to get wet. You know, like you get in the shower, you wet it. It doesn't get wet immediately, but it gets wet quickly, right? You're not fighting your hair to get wet. And then it doesn't take very long to dry. Or like my hair, it takes in water quickly, but it doesn't dry that quick. If I do my hair in wet or damp hair, I twist it out, I go to sleep, I will wake up, my hair will still be wet. So for this one, you would still moisturize LOC method. Leave-in, oil, cream, kind of like high porosity. I feel like we may have a hard time understanding, is our hair taking long to dry or is it normal? Like, I mean, you only have your head of hair to compare it to. So like, what is normal dry time? What is not normal dry time? What is, oh, my hair is absorbing it fast? What is not? I feel like that one's a little bit easier to understand, but you can do the strand test. So you'll get a cup of water, clean water, and get a clean strand of hair. You could put it in the cup. If your hair floats, it's low porosity. It doesn't want the water, so it's staying on the top. If it's in the middle, like it's taking the water, kind of, it's taking it, medium porosity or normal porosity, whatever. And if it sinks, then it's high porosity. Boom. So that's a way to test it. I feel like I gave you 2 ways of testing it. You could either do the shower or you could do the cup method. And when I say clean, I mean clean with no products. If you wanted to test your products that you have at home and you want to see if it works, first test your hair clean, see where it sits, and then put your product on that strand of hair, put it back in the water, and then see what it does. So if your hair has low porosity, you put that product on there and it's still sitting at the top, that one's doing nothing for you. Nothing. So you want, ideally, I want to say you want to get your hair to like a middle state, kind of. Just see what it does for your hair, okay, guys? Or a low state. As long as it absorbs the water, you're good. So now we know how to moisturize our hair. Again, lightweight products for low porosity, thicker products for high porosity, medium porosity. You more treat medium porosity like it's high porosity in terms of products. You can get away with heavy products. Lightweight products when you're doing styling, like if you're styling your curly hair for low porosity, a mousse only would be, like one product would be good. Now, if your hair is high porosity, you probably need a mousse and a gel. You know what I mean? And so medium porosity, you can style it like high porosity, so you can do a mousse and a gel. I personally only use mousse in my hair just because I don't like the way some gels feel. And that's just because I haven't tried a lot of gels, honestly. And so I need to. So I only use mousse, but then I kind of experience frizz. But it's my own preference. That is understanding our hair 101. You can just go try different products and see what works for you. I mean, that's a good way to go for it. Or you can also understand your hair and what works best for it. So that way, because there's so many products out there. There's so many products out there. So if we could just refine it down to a little bit, just a little bit, then we're not trying every million products. Maybe we're only trying 1,000. No, but for real, there's also like, you know, you can have thick strands. I was talking to Angie about this, and I was saying, you know, my hair is thick. So if my hair is blow dried, it's a lot of hair. It's thick. I have thick hair. But like if I do mini twist, it looks boneless because like I don't have a lot of hair on my head. Like the amount of hair on my head is not a lot, but my hair is thick, so it appears to be a lot. So sometimes I feel like you can see through my hair, and I don't like that. To my understanding, Sacred has a serum that grows hair where there wasn't. I need to try that. I'm getting off track, but I need to try that. So if your hair is like mine and you've tried it, let me know, because I've seen a couple of people say that it makes their hair more full. And I'm like, that's what I need. I need more hair where there isn't hair already growing, because where there is hair growth, it grows thick, but you know. Anyway, so that is the basics of understanding your hair. So a combination of your curl type plus your porosity, understanding what products work for you, I think you'll have beautiful hair. And I think you already do. Yeah, I'll make another video at some point with products I use in my hair versus products I use in my daughter's hair, because again, our hair is different. You know, we're different beings, so our hair is different. That is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here and supporting me through my weird transition. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.